It is freezing cold in February in New York, so what we're doing is planning our 2023 vacation to Michigan.
Our first stop is roughly 5 hours away. It's about 300 miles to a place called Beetle Bay Campground and Marina. Beetle Bay is located on Sand Point just outside of Caseville, Michigan. If you're looking at the map of Michigan, it's right at the tip of the thumb-ish.
We chose this location because of its proximity to Turnip Rock. Turnip Rock is a rock formation that has been eroded at its base so that it makes this triangular turnip-shaped rock. The water erodes, the waves constantly crashing on the bottom of the rock formation has eroded it away to form the
turnip you see today.
But this one you cannot see by land, you can only see it by sea, so we are doing that by kayaking.
And if you saw our video about Bruce Peninsula a few years ago, we saw the flower pots up there, which is almost the exact same land formation. That's like a vase-shaped flower pot, they call them. But this one they call a turnip. This is the U.S. compared to Canada, I guess. We call things root vegetable. Root vegetable. They say roughly seven. I thought they said 5. But it's, you cannot, as Amy mentioned, you can't get there by land, so you have to get there by sea. And the way we do it is with our kayaks. We're going to be at Beetle Bay for 2 nights. We have this planned for one of the days. If you know of anything else around this area, let us know, because we got the highlights, like Amy said, down. We know the big stuff we want to do, but we have more time. So help us out. Comment below. If there's something you're like, hey, while you're there, you really need to go check out XYZ.
Or you really need to eat at this restaurant.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're going to do it. Give us your suggestions. We want to do it.
Our next stop is 3.5-hour drive away. We're going to 6 Mile Lake Campground.
6 Mile Lake Campground is in East Jordan, Michigan. It is kind of the northwest of the Mitten.
There are only 4 campsites at this campground. There is no showers or bathhouses, so sorry, tenters, you can't go to this one.
Well, you could if you want to be gross.
But they're waterfront. They are right on the water. We're super excited about this. And from here, we're planning on visiting
Torch Lake is one of our choices. I also want to get our kayaks into Lake Michigan because we are that close. We want to have our kayaks into every Great Lake, not necessarily this trip. We've already done Ontario and Erie. We've done Huron on our previous trip up to Bruce Peninsula. So we want to do Superior, and Michigan will hit all 5.
We're only at 6 Mile Lake Campground for 2 days, so we want to go to Torch Lake for one of the days. What are your suggestions for the others?
If you know of anywhere cool around there, restaurants, otherwise, hiking, kayaking, you name it, you tell us, we're going to do it. We want this to be an awesome trip. Fill us up. From 6 Mile Lake, we're going to do another 3.5-hour drive north to the Upper Peninsula. This is going to be the highlight of our trip, I feel.
Munising Tourist Park Campground.
Munising Tourist Park Campground.
From this campground, we want to see, and I'm going to butcher this name, it's Kitch Itty Kippy Spring. It's a beautiful blue water area. We want to go to Pictured Rocks. Definitely want to do that. We're going to try to get on the Pictured Rocks kayak tour, which is going to cost us about $360, I guess, for the 2 of us. But
$320, I believe it was $160 a person.
That's it. But it shaves off, I think it's a 10-hour kayak trip from land to there. So we're paying the money. We're going on the boat tour.
It's an 11-mile out, 11-mile back. She's complaining about 3.5 out, 3.5 back. There's no way we're doing 22 total miles on a kayak.
We are not.
It is well worth it. The kayak tour, they drive you out, drop you off in the kayaks, and they'll go along with you in case you need to stop and rest, in case you need to use the bathroom. They have a tour guide that goes out with you. It looks fantastic. We stole a couple of our photos here from them, their website. I also want to make mention here, the photos that are flopping up here, we grabbed off Google. We do not own the rights to any of these photos. They are just the photos that we wanted to show you of the place we're going because they're gorgeous. Whoever took them did a fantastic job.
We're also going to Mackinac Island because I want to see the natural arch that's there. Mm-hmm. We've heard Mackinac is an awesome place to visit as far as there's no cars on the island. Everything is done by bike. All travel is done by bike or horse-drawn carriage or by foot.
Yes. And while we're up in the UP, we have to try pasties. We've been told they're not pasties, they're pasties. They're a weird meat, potato, everything filled nugget of goodness, I guess. Like a pound of food in your hand. It's covered in dough.
I'm gonna say any video you go to see, every video on the UP mentions having to go to eat pasties. So
Yes.
I guess that's what we're gonna do.
Correct. I'm sure there's a whole lot of other things that we need to see up there, but I feel like our days are already going to be full with everything that we want to do. But if you know of anything else, if you're saying, hey, you're going to be there anyway, check it out, tell us. We want to see it.
So our longest leg of this trip is a 6-hour drive to Grundy Lake Provincial Park in Canada, which is roughly 356 miles from where we're going to be in Munising.
We chose Grundy. It looks... The provincial park is split up into like 3 separate campgrounds, one of which is Grundy Lake, and there's 2 other lakes in the area, I think. I don't know if the other 2 parks are named after the lakes. My memory's not what it used to be.
From Grundy Lake, we saw a video, somebody told us they recommended the French River Trading Post, so we're going to go try that out. But otherwise, we don't have anything else planned in the area, so this is where we need you for sure.
We're there for how many nights?
2 nights.
2 nights. So, yes, we are probably going to kayak hopefully one of the days in one of the lakes, depending on which one we like the best. So again, tell us what we can do there before we head on home. That's going to be our last leg.
That portion of the trip is 5 hours to drive back home, which makes this trip a total of
22 hours and 12 minutes. It's 1,331 total miles.
We're going to need a GoFundMe just for the gas for this trip.
COVID killed this trip 3 years ago, so we are super excited. We haven't had a long vacation like this in 3 years.
The last time we were over to Canada, we stayed at Land's End Family Campground.
If you guys are anywhere up there along our journey, let us know. If you want to go along with us to kayak, we would love to see you guys. Drop us a comment. Tell us what we should do, where we can go, who we can see, and what we should do. Again,
We're looking forward to this 2023 vacation.
by their fruit names, or not even a fruit.
They're vegetable names.
It's a ground. It's
We're
be
going
an
to slowly
all-day
but
trip.
surely work up the arm muscles so that we can pull this trip off.
Yep, do a little push-up action, working out the wings. You can technically see it by land, but it's on private property, so we'd have to go through the dude's lawn, and they frown upon it. You got a kayak there.
The dude's lawn.
Although it is a pretty deep yard, so I don't think you can hear them. I don't know. We'll find out when we're there.
Yeah.
It won't be our yard.
Nope.
Go our property. Yes. See our link for Venmo below. Just kidding. You said we're going to Michigan, right?
Yeah. Think so.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, what the fuck?